Hi guys, so today let's discuss AI and how it is playing a part in the recruiting world, how this will affect you eventually whenever you apply to a role, how this is going to allow for recruiters or is already allowing recruiters because I've been already working with AI. Basically, it's already embedded in the software. Um, for instance, Indeed, LinkedIn, our ATS tracking systems, which there's many ATS tracking systems that I've been fortunate to work for or with, and the ATM system, as well as the other social media networks or uh, platforms um, are definitely allowing for recruiters to basically eliminate you before it even gets to their desk. So basically, whenever you're applying to these roles, AI is equipped to read the job description and is able to then see if you meet the requirements by reading your resume and deciding, hey, this candidate is a fit. I recommend you follow up with this candidate because I think this candidate is a you know great fit. It could be scored. It really just depends on what you know is it current the AI software or is it an old AI software. So I do know that there is updated current software with AI that is allowing recruiters to basically get uh, the resumes that the AI seems uh, that they are the best, or the AI finds what is like the top 10 resumes. Really, what happens here is that the recruiters are able to set some type of filters for every system that we have, right? Whether it's ATS, LinkedIn, Indeed, um, ZipRecruiter, AI is already embedded in these platforms. So yes, that is another thing that you are fighting against. Maybe why you haven't been reached out to, because now it is being hard. It seems to be getting harder for candidates to get a call back. So one of the main things that I would suggest you guys, if you are really highly interested in one, in several companies that you're applying to that you're actually really would like to work with, look at the job requirements and the preferred um, requirements and make sure that you do have those skills onto your resume. Now, are you going to do this for every job? You can, but obviously that's going to be a task to do, right? I mean, applying and looking for a job is a full-time job anyway, right? So you might as well just do the edits. Now, the thing is here is that it's not that you're not trying to make your resume compared to the job, requirements or the job description itself, right? You're really just most of these skills you already have, right? We already possess because, for example, myself, I've worked for multiple companies, different industries. So I'm sure I have worked for that particular uh, or have had experience in that skill that they're looking for, or several skills. So again, and it's also transferable skills, right? Um, for example, if they're looking for an account manager, you might have sales experience, right? You might have marketing experience. Those are transferable skills that you can use to uh, it's in a sort of way you were an account manager, right? Business development, you if you have that experience, and that's a transferable skill as an account manager. Really, it's just a word. Um, and if you look it up, it's really all relates to the same. But again, every job has a different terminology. So don't let that get you guys um, kind of like scared, because it definitely, when you, most of the times when you get see these jobs, um, you definitely see like, wow, okay, maybe I am not meant to, have this job. This job seems to be looking for, an AI person, right, so to speak. But in actuality, it's not the case, really. You don't know who created that job description. Um, for the most part, the recruiters are tasked to create the job descriptions. Like myself, I have always been tasked to create the job descriptions, right? But if you have a recruiter that is not doing the research for the industry, you're going to be getting a job description that does not fit or is aligned to what you're looking for, or even understand that. So it would be confusing, right? If you're not understanding the job description, but you do have that experience. So be very careful and cautious about that, because that can definitely get you out of the running. It's something so minor, but it definitely will get you out of the running. But I think that AI is a very essential part in us as humans moving forward with technology. But in that same sense, you really won't have recruiters getting to know you anymore, hiring managers getting to know you one on one, besides your resume, right? So now, if your resume does not fit that job description that they're looking for, or the requirements in that job description, or as well the preferred qualifications, you will be out of the running. And if the terminology is not as it is fit on there as well. So this is always interests me, the terminology in different industries. Why? Because I just really love to kind of look for that purple squirrel, the unicorn, as we call it, right, as a recruiter. Um, if you're a great recruiter, you love a challenge, you love looking for that next best candidate, and you're going to, look besides that resume and job description. But again, AI can help us. AI can also hurt us. But as long as we understand how to navigate the AI, we will succeed, because if AI is going to be implemented to help recruiters, hire managers better streamline candidates and create a more seamless process for talent acquisition and HR, you have to understand that whatever makes the job a lot easier for HR and the companies, this is something that they're going to want to invest in. So all you need to do is invest in your knowledge in what exactly AI is looking for, and what not is, what not that AI is not engaging in as far as your particular when you're applying to these jobs at these companies. So again, these are just tips for you to know, and the trades. You want to make sure that you understand what you're getting yourself into. If there's a company that I've seen a lot of on my end, a lot of jobs that I've applied for, and they're pretty much looking for that purple squirrel. They're pretty much just putting it all out there, right? they're wanting all this and the requirements, right? And then this is still preferred, and they're looking for the purple squirrel, which is understandable, but you still don't want to lose hope because you never know um, if they will consider you. Now, there's another thing that happens. Um, your AI is also looking for your time you've been at a company, is picking all that information. Again, it really just depends on the filters that the recruiter is going to be putting in place. Now, the recruiters are not doing this just because out of despite, right? The recruiters are doing this because the hiring managers are asking them or tasking the recruiters to make sure this is what they're looking for. So please help me find this purple squirrel. So to understand that, you have to make sure and be at peace knowing that you might not necessarily always get calls to all these jobs you applied in. That's what I was previously talking about, rejection, right? Rejection is part of the process in talent acquisition. So you will be getting probably rejected a lot more than you were before. And I've seen that myself, right? Where AI is automatically generating a disposition, meaning that you're getting an email that is saying, thank you for applying, you don't meet the requirements. So that's a disposition that is automated. I always send my dispositions emails that I've already created on my own, but it's easy to click on them. The rejection, and like I mentioned before, I try to make it very humane because I've already been rejected and I know how it feels to be rejected, so I can understand how this could feel, right? To everyone that is going through this, that is applying. This will never stop, to be honest with you. You looking for a job, we will always be, if you're in the job market, if you're constantly wanting to work, right, and possibly, getting laid off, or you wanting to look for a better opportunity, you're going to be in this situation. But for the most part, we all go through this part, but it's really just understanding how to navigate everything with AI. And I think you can definitely be more at rest knowing that there is certain things you can look forward to before you start to apply to these roles. Now, when you do apply to these roles, these applications, there's another part. There's probably another video for tomorrow that I'll talk about the application process, but I'm gonna just leave it at that. Then I'll bring it up tomorrow because I don't want to get into that. But I just kind of wanted to talk about how AI is a part of the recruiting process. It is there to weed out any resumes that are not aligning to the job description, and the filters that are being created by the recruiters that obviously have been given this information from the hiring managers. So again, it's essential, not a bad thing, that the HR is heading in this direction. It's obvious that they should be heading in this direction, right? Because we are, as recruiters, inundated with, as I mentioned, a lot of jobs. And if we are able to get the help that we're needed, that we have been needing for the longest, why not? It's not hurting anybody. So I do believe that this is going to help the companies, recruiters, HR, and it will also help find better quality candidates, right? Now, that doesn't necessarily mean to say that every candidate that is, great on the resume match all the skills that are on this job description doesn't necessarily mean that all of them are going to be great candidates, right? Quality, because some will just probably get through the filters, but it doesn't necessarily mean that they are the best, because again, the behaviors, and that's another conversation for some other time, another topic about the psychology about once you stop working, the ins and outs, what allows a long-term employee to stay within a company long-term. So again, there's a lot of topics to discuss now that I'm thinking I need to start writing everything down, because I am going to start to forget everything. So yeah, I am done with the AI topic. So, and again, there's a lot to discuss about AI. This is just the basics of it. There's so much that goes into talent acquisition and HR. There's so much involved that is amazing. That, once you understand that why these things are in place, you would understand a little bit more. Okay, it's not probably the company's fault, right, for not calling me or for not giving me an opportunity, right? So that's another issue, another conversation. But I love coaching, doing career coaching whenever I get a chance to talk to candidates. It's a passion of mine that I do love to lift their spirits up and tell them, you have what it takes. Believe in yourself. And again, that's another topic, so I need to write that down, because I've always root for the person that thinks that they are below, that they cannot handle it or get it, or because it's really just a mindset thing overall. But anyway, thank you guys, and please subscribe, because I haven't been saying that. I haven't been saying that. First of all, I think my first video, I didn't even. I think I had music playing, and then the next day I didn't play music. I wanted to play music, but the music I was playing obviously was gonna, that's copyright stuff I can't do. So, I'm learning about this. So that's why you don't hear music in the background. But I'm gonna figure that part out, because I do want to play some music that is approved by YouTube, lowly, just so you can. So I think it would be jiving, the conversation would sound a lot better. But anyway, yeah, we'll talk about other topics, but please subscribe. I haven't been mentioning that. If there's any topics that you might want me to speak about, please mention it in the comments. I know I just started posting, a few days ago, but please subscribe, and please, if you know of anyone that this might be useful to them, please send it to them. Again, thanks. Bye.